Deep beneath the dense green canopy of the Amazon rainforest, where sunlight struggles to reach the forest floor and entire regions remain largely unexplored, one question continues to fascinate scientists, explorers, and mystery enthusiasts alike. Could giant anacondas still be hiding in the Amazon? The Amazon is often described as the largest and most mysterious rainforest on Earth. Spanning millions of square miles across South America, it contains vast networks of rivers, swamps, flooded forests, and remote wilderness that few humans have ever seen. Even today, new species are discovered regularly within its depths. This fact alone fuels one of the most intriguing possibilities in modern cryptozoology. What if creatures larger than anything officially documented are still living unseen among its waters? The green anaconda is already one of the largest snakes in the world. Some verified individuals have reached impressive lengths and astonishing weights, making them powerful predators capable of overpowering large prey. But stories emerging from the Amazon often describe something far beyond the known limits of science. Indigenous tribes, fishermen, hunters, and explorers have told tales for generations of snakes so enormous that they seem almost impossible to believe. According to some accounts, these mysterious serpents exceed 40 feet in length. Others claim they are even larger, stretching to sizes that would rival the dimensions of a bus. Witnesses describe massive bodies moving silently through dark waters, creating waves where there should be none. Some stories speak of giant coils thicker than oil drums disappearing beneath the surface before anyone could get a closer look. What makes these reports so fascinating is that they come from regions where visibility is extremely limited. The Amazon's waterways are often murky and dark, hiding what lies beneath only a few inches below the surface. In many locations, dense vegetation creates natural barriers that make exploration difficult, even with modern technology. Vast stretches of jungle remain rarely visited, providing countless places where large animals could potentially avoid human detection. The mystery becomes even more compelling when considering the history of giant snakes on Earth. Millions of years ago, our planet was home to enormous serpents unlike anything alive today. One of the most famous examples is the giant prehistoric snake known as Titanoboa, which reached extraordinary lengths and dominated ancient ecosystems. Fossil evidence proves that gigantic snakes once existed. While no evidence suggests such creatures survived into modern times, the existence of these prehistoric giants often sparks the imagination. Adding to the intrigue are historical expedition reports dating back more than a century. Throughout the 19th and early 20th centuries, explorers occasionally returned from the Amazon with astonishing stories. Some claim to have observed enormous snakes crossing rivers or disappearing into swamps. Others described encounters so dramatic that they sounded more like legends than scientific observations. Although many of these reports remain unverified, they continue to fuel speculation. The Amazon itself almost seems designed to protect secrets. Scientists estimate that countless species remain undiscovered within the rainforest. New insects, amphibians, fish, reptiles, and mammals are still being identified. Every discovery reminds us that despite satellites, drones, and advanced research techniques, humanity's knowledge of the Amazon remains incomplete. Imagine drifting along a remote river at sunset. The water is calm. The sounds of insects echo through the trees. Suddenly, a massive disturbance appears ahead. A wake moves across the surface, far larger than any known animal should create. For a brief moment, a dark shape breaks the water before vanishing into the depths. Was it simply an oversized anaconda? A trick of perspective? Or something science has yet to document? Part of what keeps the giant anaconda mystery alive is the sheer scale of the environment. In many parts of the world, a creature of extraordinary size would likely be discovered quickly. The Amazon is different. Its labyrinth of waterways stretches for thousands of miles. Seasonal flooding transforms entire forests into submerged worlds. During certain times of the year, vast areas become accessible only by boat. If there were a place on Earth where an undiscovered giant animal could remain hidden longer than expected, the Amazon would certainly be among the strongest candidates. There is also the psychological power of the unknown. Humans have always been captivated by the possibility that something extraordinary exists just beyond the limits of our knowledge. Giant anaconda stories combine several irresistible elements. One of the world's most mysterious environments, a predator already famous for its size, generations of eyewitness accounts, and the lingering possibility that nature may still hold secrets waiting to be revealed. Whether these legendary snakes truly exist remains one of the Amazon's greatest mysteries. But the idea continues to thrive because the rainforest itself refuses to surrender all of its secrets. In a place where new species emerge from obscurity every year, where unexplored waterways stretch into the horizon, and where ancient legends are woven into the fabric of the jungle, the possibility of a giant anaconda lurking unseen remains a question that captures the imagination like few others. And perhaps that is what makes the mystery so compelling. Somewhere beneath the dark waters of the Amazon, hidden among tangled roots and flooded forests, there may still be stories waiting to become discoveries. The jungle has surprised humanity before, and many believe it may do so again. As the mystery deepens, one of the most astonishing facts about the Amazon is how little of it has truly been explored in detail. From above, satellite images reveal an endless sea of green stretching beyond the horizon. But beneath that canopy lies a hidden world of rivers, oxbow lakes, flooded forests, underground burrows, and isolated ecosystems that remain incredibly difficult for humans to access. In some regions, researchers can spend weeks traveling by boat and still encounter areas where few scientific surveys have ever been conducted. This reality has led many people to wonder whether the Amazon could still conceal animals that are far larger than officially recognized. While scientists remain cautious about extraordinary claims, the rainforest itself constantly reminds us that nature is capable of surprises. New species are discovered every year, some in places that have been studied for decades. If smaller creatures can remain unnoticed for so long, it naturally raises questions about what else might be hiding in the shadows. The stories surrounding giant anacondas become even more intriguing when viewed through the lens of local folklore. Throughout the Amazon basin, countless legends describe enormous serpents inhabiting remote waterways. These stories vary from region to region, but many share similar details. Witnesses often describe snakes so massive that they seem almost impossible to imagine. Some accounts tell of creatures moving through rivers with enough force to create waves resembling those produced by boats. Others describe gigantic bodies partially submerged beneath the water, leaving observers unable to determine where the animal truly ended. For generations, these stories have been passed down among indigenous communities living deep within the rainforest. Many of these groups possess intimate knowledge of local wildlife, developed through centuries of direct interaction with the environment. Their stories often carry an air of authenticity that fascinates both researchers and explorers. While legends are not scientific evidence, they remain an important part of the giant anaconda mystery because they suggest that tales of unusually large serpents have persisted for hundreds of years. The Amazon itself provides an almost perfect setting for such legends to survive. Unlike open landscapes where large animals can easily be spotted, the rainforest is a maze of concealment. Visibility is often limited to just a few yards. Massive trees block sightlines. Thick vegetation hides movement. Dark water conceals what swims beneath the surface. During the rainy season, entire sections of forest become flooded, creating a vast underwater world where animals can move through submerged pathways hidden from human view. Imagine standing on the edge of a remote Amazonian river just before dawn. Mist drifts across the water. The air is heavy with humidity. Strange calls echo through the jungle. Suddenly, a disturbance appears far from shore. Ripples spread outward in every direction. Something large is moving beneath the surface. You catch only a glimpse, a dark shape, impossibly long, vanishing into the murky depths before you can focus on it. In a place like the Amazon, experiences like these can easily become stories that endure for decades. Part of the fascination comes from the fact that anacondas are already extraordinary animals. Even documented specimens can reach remarkable sizes and possess incredible strength. They spend much of their lives in water, where their immense bodies become surprisingly difficult to detect. A large anaconda resting motionless beneath floating vegetation can remain nearly invisible despite being only a short distance away. Now imagine scaling that concept upward. What if somewhere within the most remote corners of the rainforest, environmental conditions allowed certain individuals to grow beyond the sizes commonly recorded? What if isolated populations existed in areas rarely visited by humans? These possibilities remain speculative, but they continue to fuel countless discussions among wildlife enthusiasts and mystery hunters. The sheer size of the Amazon makes such speculation difficult to dismiss completely. Covering millions of square miles, it contains one of the largest freshwater systems on Earth. Some tributaries are so remote that they receive very little human traffic. Certain flooded forests become vast aquatic labyrinths where visibility is nearly non-existent. In these environments, even large animals can be surprisingly elusive. Many explorers who have ventured into isolated regions of the rainforest describe an overwhelming feeling that the jungle is alive in ways that are difficult to explain. Every shadow seems capable of hiding something unseen. Every splash raises questions. Every unexplained movement sparks curiosity. The environment itself creates a sense that mysteries may still exist beyond the reach of modern science. Adding to the intrigue is the fact that the Amazon often defies expectations. Animals thought to be rare suddenly appear in unexpected locations. Species believed extinct are occasionally rediscovered. Creatures once known only from local stories sometimes turn out to be real after all. These examples remind us that nature still contains unanswered questions, particularly in regions as vast and complex as the Amazon. Some researchers argue that if giant anacondas truly existed, physical evidence would eventually emerge. Others point out that obtaining such evidence in a rainforest of this scale presents enormous challenges. Carcasses decompose rapidly in tropical environments. Predators and scavengers quickly eliminate remains. Dense vegetation conceals tracks and signs. Even locating known wildlife can require tremendous effort. This tension between skepticism and possibility is what keeps the mystery alive. On one hand, there is no verified scientific evidence proving the existence of gigantic anacondas far beyond known sizes. On the other hand, there remains an undeniable sense of wonder inspired by a rainforest that continues to reveal new secrets year after year. Perhaps the greatest appeal of the giant anaconda legend is what it represents. It symbolizes the idea that there are still places on Earth where mystery survives. In an age of satellites, drones, and advanced technology, the Amazon remains one of the few environments capable of making humanity feel small, curious, and uncertain. And somewhere within that endless wilderness, among flooded forests, hidden channels, and dark waters untouched by modern civilization, the legend continues to endure. Whether it is rooted in reality, exaggeration, or something in between, the image of an enormous serpent gliding silently through the depths remains one of the most captivating mysteries ever associated with the Amazon rainforest.